Hello and welcome to another tutorial here at CapworX Productions. My name is David. Today we're going to be looking at how to play Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran. Really awesome song, a lot of fun to play, and quite manageable in terms of difficulty, not too difficult. I'm going to split this tutorial into 3 sections. So the first section, I'm going to look at the intro. I've been working on like a little guitar fingerstyle version of the intro, which I think some of you guys might like to learn to play. Really a lot of fun. So I'll do that in the first section. The second section, I'm going to look at the chords for the intro and the verse and the strumming pattern. And then the third section, I'm going to look at the chords and the strumming pattern for the chorus. If you'd like any of the content found in this tutorial, like the tabs, guitar profiles, PDF of the chords, all that stuff, you can find that on Patreon. You'll be supporting me. I'll appreciate that a huge amount. Of course, you can support me by subscribing and hitting that bell notification if you find any of this content useful. So without any further ado, let's jump into the intro. So the tabs are basically just displayed right here. I'm going to play through it once and then I'll break down what's going on with the left and right hands. Okay, so let's take a look at that again from the first bar. The very first thing you'll notice is that you need to have your capo on the 2nd fret, so make sure you've got that down. And then the first bar is basically just a simplified A minor shape, okay? It's kind of like a partial chord. And you're going to be holding that down with your left hand, 1st fret and 2nd fret on the 2nd and 3rd strings respectively. And then your right hand is going to be basically doing the important stuff. Thumb, middle, index, middle, ring. Give you a bit of a different angle of that. You might be tempted just to use one finger. Try not to do that if you can help it. Use all your fingers. It'll be a good little exercise. Then the second bar is basically the same pattern with the right hand, but here you'll just change to picking the bass note up, and then the rest are open strings. Up until the very last note of that bar. At which point you'll shift to your 2nd finger. Now you want to keep your 2nd finger down because that 2nd finger is going to remain down in the 3rd bar. The pattern I use here for the right hand changes slightly. Thumb, middle, index. And then it repeats in the 4th bar up until the very last beat. Then the last beat you're going to change with your 3rd finger and your 1st finger, kind of hopping almost to like a C major type shape, but your 3rd finger is going to be up 1 string. And then that's going to lead back into the beginning. If I remember correctly, you're only going to do this intro once at the beginning, and then after the chorus, I think you do it twice, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the intro in a nutshell. There is the option of playing it without any of these bass notes, and it'll sound pretty cool actually. Because of all these open strings ringing over each other, it sounds great without the bass notes. So if you want, you can just pick. If you're playing with like a guitar pick, you can just pick the melody out. Without any of the bass notes, and it'll still sound really kick-ass. Okay, so let's look at the chords for the intro and verse. I'm gonna play through the progression, and then yeah, I'll break it down in a moment. Etc. And it just follows that the whole way through that first intro and the verse. Very simple. Now, one thing you'll notice here is that I put the E minor in sort of brackets. Now, I'll get to that in a moment, but first, let's talk about the strumming pattern. So we'll start off with this A minor chord. So that's the strumming pattern to begin with. Down, 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 up, and then you'll change to C major 7th. Down, 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 up. You're going to do the E minor, down, down, up, the second half of that strumming pattern, and then you'll change to F. Down, 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 up, down, 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 and then you'll repeat from the beginning. So that E minor in brackets, I've put it in brackets because it's optional. So it's kind of like a passing chord between the E and F, and it can be a little bit tricky to play. So you have the option of just leaving it out and just holding the C major 7th over the course of that bar. So let's play it without the E minor, and you can see if you can tell the difference. It's really a small difference. It's not that important. And in fact, if you look at the chords, you can see that they're so similar. E minor, C major 7th, they're very, very similar. So yeah, you have the option of including that if you'd like, or not is also fine. The one thing I'll quickly talk about is the F chord. I'm playing kind of like a simplified F, half bar with your first finger. If you want, and you really feel like you're hardcore, you can play a full F chord and fill that out and it'll sound great. If you're struggling with the F, which a lot of people do, you can play an F major 7th, which is the same as the F written in the diagram, except you're not barring. You're just playing an open first string. Open, 1, 2, 3. And then you'll hit back to the G and carry on. So those are some options in terms of playing the intro and verse. And you can decide which one is most comfortable for you. All right, now that we've tackled the chords for the intro and verse, let's take a look at the chords for the chorus. So here the key is to know when to arrive. If you're singing, you'll arrive on the word late. So my bad habits lead to late, and then you'll start with the A minor on that word late. Late nights and then alone. Da, 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 da. And then you'll repeat that progression. So one of the things you'll notice about this first part of the chorus is that I'm kind of ramping up the strumming pattern a little bit. So instead of this, I'm gonna try and add a little bit more energy to the strumming pattern since it is the chorus. So here I'm going down, down, down. I'm going down, 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 up, down, 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 up, and then changing. So I'm doing that kind of pattern twice per bar. And because of the sort of more energetic nature of the strumming pattern, I'm kind of leaving out this E minor. You guys are more than welcome to put that E minor in if you can manage it. It's definitely an option. Okay, so a good way of practicing this is really nice and slow. My bad habits lead to late nights and yeah. So that's the first part of the progression. The second part is slightly different, very similar. Same strumming pattern. Swearing this will be the last. And then you'll go back to the first progression. Okay, so you'll alternate between the first progression and the second progression. A minor, C major 7th, F, F to G. And then A minor, C major, D minor, F, F to G. So just watch for that D minor change. That's the only sort of real difference between the two. So let me quickly see if I can play them together so you can get a feel of what the full progression sounds like. My bad habits lead to late nights and being alone. Conversations with a stranger. And then you'll go back to the beginning. So that really is the whole song in a nutshell. There is a bridge which follows the same chord progressions as the chorus that I just went through. So chorus 1, chorus 2 for the bridge. That, if I'm not mistaken, is basically the whole song. So yeah, I think the things there that you just need to watch out for, basically making decisions on whether you want to include the E minor and practicing the strumming pattern. And especially for the chorus, if you want to speed it up, is starting off real slow to begin with and just getting used to that right hand movement. And over time, you'll find that becomes a little bit more comfortable. Guys, that's the end of this tutorial. I hope that it's been helpful. I will see you all in the next tutorial and stay safe out there. Bye, everyone.